Hello and welcome to Titanium Talar's Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Gemini, okay? So this is for any placement you have of Gemini in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And I use the Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck for this. It's going to be in the description box below. Yeah, and I'll also mention when it's important for you to utilize your own intuition and not just rely on mine, okay? So the first card you guys got out is the Lovers in the reverse. Now the Lovers in the reverse could mean that there is, at least this week, right, because I'm reading for the span of a week, there won't be a choice that you're making from the heart, as in a heart over head choice. Mostly the choices that will be made this week have to be logical or logistical. That's even a word. You might have the impression that you're under stress because you're multitasking and you have a lot to do and all that stuff, but you are being assertive in the sense that you want this. Now I don't know if you consciously know that you want this, or if you feel like if this is necessary for you to get to where you want to get to. Then you have the Justice card, which is Libra energy, by the way. Well, the Lovers would be Pisces or Gemini. Gemini, I feel. This is you guys, my Geminis. This is Libra energy, so it talks of winning at the end of the court case. Well, I said court case. I don't know if you have a court case yourself, but it says take the time and review the details carefully. You will win in the end, fair and objective decision. It's basically the whole idea of this card. Then you have the Eight of Autumn. Now the Eight of Autumn talks of going back to school, having a mentor, having excellent craftsmanship, like detail-oriented. So maybe in this new cycle, after having the Justice, you will see that the doors will open for you and you need to go into something new. And so for that new thing, you'll need to learn more about it, is what I'm getting. But when you go back to school and you learn more about that thing you want to learn more about, you will definitely get the inspiration to take the next step. And with the inspiration to take the next step, you will definitely be able to plan for the long term, right? Because this is plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience, there are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Now, for the second set, you first have the Five of Spring pointing towards the left. Now, the cards pointing towards the left to me mean that they happen in the past or they're happening super slowly. So it's going to depend on you guys what it means. But basically, this is people fighting. Minnow Pond, the reader Minnow Pond, said something yesterday that I found was amazing. This is more like practice. Practice to be able to fight. Well, not in this card deck. In this deck, it's more like children at play, right? But it's basically they're practicing for when they actually have to fight with longer sticks, you know. So they're like novices. They're not like students. They're one step prior, you know. So they want to become novices, want to go to school and practice with actual wands, you know. Then you have the King of Summer. Now the King of Summer is an honorable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted individual. It says a romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in cultural or creative endeavors. So what was I going to say with this? Five of Spring. Okay, so the Five of Spring is all about opposing goals arising from differing opinions, right? It also talks of overly ambitious people. Now the King of Summer is honorable, devoted, mature, and warm-hearted. So he knows how to how to work with everybody, and he can basically mitigate all the issues that come up. And so that is why this could be you, or this could be the person you're dealing with, but that person who can mitigate whatever he wants, whatever they want, is not, I'm reading the energies, not the genders, okay? Please remember that. The person who can mitigate anything, right, is able to create the the material abundance he wants. They want, excuse me. Yeah. Then you have the life experience. So I feel like this person who is able to mitigate pretty much anything is only able to do so because they have been through some life experiences that have taught them how to mitigate pretty much anything. You know, it is an actual life skill, being able to communicate with anybody and everybody. Then you have the King of Winter. Now the King of Winter is an unemotional, detached individual, very professional, you know, very professional. So maybe this is who you went to see in order to gain that knowledge that you needed after a life experience. So you experienced something, but you're like, you know, I don't know how to deal with this. So you go to a professional, and they help you travel through these waters, right? Alright, so then for the third set, you have the Two of Winter, which talks about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because in your mind, you have a head over heart decision, or you have a heart over head decision to make, and you're like, what should I pick? Right? You're like, I don't know. What do I like more? Then whatever the choice is, whatever the decision is, it will lead you to the Six of Autumn, which is equal give and take, right? Equal give and take, and being able to borrow wisely and or repay a debt, right? So it's the good you do comes back to you. Yep. It's just being, I'm hearing balancing out your karma. Then you have Awakening, which is the Hangman in this deck. Now, this card says change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, temporary pause in action. So, a better way to get over this head over heart decision, or this heart over head decision, is really to be able to look at the situation from a different perspective in order for you to gain some clarity, so that you can move past these difficulties and move towards clearer vision, right? As you can see on this card, she's moving from winter to spring. Okay, so that would be the indication that she has let her swords down, because this is the Ten of Swords. In this deck is the Ten of Winter. So, you know, she has freed herself with her negative thoughts. Okay, and so for the fourth set, you start off with the Three of Winter, which talks of the Three of Swords. It says, reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. So basically, the Ten of Winter leads to Three of Winter, which means that you're slowly but surely healing from your over-analysis paralysis, if you'd like to call it. Then you have Unity. So once you get over your over-analysis paralysis, you'll be able to figure out who it is that you are going to stick with, right? Because this is the Hierophant, which is Tauran energy, which talks of compare traditional versus new approaches. What is it that you want to abide by next? Then you will have the Prince of Winter. Now the Prince of Winter, okay, is the Knight of Swords. It says seek out intellectual solutions to your problems, the need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. Yep, so once you know what it is that you're working towards, you'll definitely let everything else go. So another thing that will allow you to know what you're going to be working towards is what is it that you want to unify yourself with.